Hello everyone, my name is Haley. This is Data Girl Makes, and today I'm going to talk about my many finished objects that I've had since last time we filmed, which was mid-July, and a few works in progress and some hopes and dreams for the future, some drama that I put myself in. But let's start with some of my finished objects. So since last time that we talked, I did finish that pair of socks that I had spoken about. I have them here. So if you look at this and you're like, those are two different colors, Haley, I'm aware, thank you. This was clipped onto the side of, this was originally white, all this part. So I had done this in this self-striping contrast color that I also used for the toe. And then I done all of this in the color Frost. This is all Bamboo Pop Sock. All of my socks are in Bamboo Pop Sock. That is the only one that I like. The only one I can use. I have a wool allergy, so all of mine are in Bamboo Pop Sock. I used Rit dye in the color Indigo to dye the white yarn, and I clipped this part to the side of the container, and then this part is the like free floating yarn that I had not yet used. So there's a bit of a line. It's actually way worse on camera than it is in person. Like, in person, you can barely really tell. So imagine, like, here, if I like go like this, take the line away, you can kind of see, like, there's a little bit of a difference, but it's not that bad. Yeah, so this is Vanilla Socks. Here's the nicer one. This is the one that is used up all of my variegated self-striping yarn, and that is in the color Tundra. And then this is all the, just kind of the loose yarn that I dyed with the indigo color. And I think these are stunningly beautiful. These are for me. I did 20. 20 seems a bit ambitious, but yeah, I think these are 20 rounds of ribbing. Let me look at my Ravelry page so I'm not telling you incorrectly. And I have no notes on here. Past Haley, shame on you. But yeah, this looks like either 15 or 20 rounds for the cuff of 2x2 ribbing, and then 12 rounds for the legs. So this little stripe right here is about 12 rounds. Did heel flap and gusset with the slip stitch heel flap in that self-striping color Tundra. Here's the little heel gusset section. Did 92 stitches for the foot. Figured out that is how long my feet are. So with my gauge, with my tension, with this yarn, I can do 92 stitches and have very well-fitting socks. And then again, that contrast toe in the Tundra color. Really like these. These are great. They've been through the wash, no problem. I also hand washed them recently just to make sure that they don't get too pilled, but yeah, looking at them now, I might put them through the wash just so that they're extra clean. Because like hand washing, I'm not a fan. I don't think I do a great job at it. So yeah, really like these socks. I've worn them many times. The bamboo and the cotton make for very lightweight, easy socks. They're not too hot. Even, you know, I'm in Virginia and still summer feeling sometimes. Even in September. So very pleased with how those turned out. Next thing, oh, let me tell you when I started and finished these. I started them July 1st, 2024 and completed them July 23rd, 2024. And I believe that is my 4th pair of socks for the year. I believe so. 4th pair of socks ever. So exciting. And then the next thing I finished, also a pair of socks. I do not have these to show you because I wore them today and they are dirty. And I'm not putting dirty socks on the internet. That is gross. So here's a picture of them that I took. And these are my favorite pair of socks. Not only that I've ever seen, but that I've made them. I love them. I think they are so cool and different and fun. And I really like them. So these are also for me. These are scraps. Also, the ones that I had made before are kind of scraps. Like, I don't mind them being a little bit mismatched if they ended up being like that, so I don't mind making myself some scrappy socks. These are using the color Frost Again, but instead of dyeing it with Rit dye, I dyed it with tea. I like wound off like 20 grams and put it in a mug with 2 tea bags and let it sit in boiling water for like an hour maybe, and got that really beautiful taupey color that you see in the socks. And I think it goes with the Fern. The other color, the green color, is Fern. This is all bamboo pop sock, by the way. And I think it looks stunningly beautiful. I did not have a lot of the Fern left because I had used it, used the Fern color for Livy's socks, my best friend. I made her birthday present socks back in March. So this is just leftover from that. I did 20 rounds, 2x2 ribbing. I'm just looking at my Ravelry page if you see me looking down. 2x2 ribbing for the cuff, 5 rounds for that little stripe right below the cuff before you go into the heel. I did heel flap and gusset, same thing I did for the other pair of socks. And then I did all of that just with the one color. So I didn't change color. I didn't go into the green for the leg. I just used the same like tea dyed white color for the heel, the cuff, and the little part of the leg, those 5 rounds. And I think it turned out super interesting looking. I have never seen a pair of hand knit socks that look like this, and I just think that it looks so cool and so fun. So I really like it. It is also good for me being lazy and not having to change any of my not having to change my yarn, because it's just the one string that keeps going all the way down. And then I did switch colors when I finished the heel flap and gusset, moved in with my green, did the entire foot, 92 stitches, 92 rounds for the foot, and then went back to the tea dyed color for the toe. And I think it looks precious and adorable, and I love it. Same thing with these red lace Chago interchangeables on US 1, 2.25 millimeter needles, magic loop. On vanilla socks, I did 64 stitches for me. Yeah, and they fit great. I wear them all the time. Wore them with my sandals today to work, which I'm sure my corporate office thoroughly appreciated. But they must see it because they are so cute. And for those, I started the day after my last socks, July 25th, and finished them August 3rd. So I really went for it with this one. I was like, I'm getting these socks done. I love these socks. I want them done right now. So powered through those. The next project that I finished, I also do not have because it has already been gifted. Put a picture here. This is a speckled hat, speckled Musselburgh hat that I had started in my previous video. I started this hat July 1st and finished it August 11th. I really love this yarn. It is a sock yarn. Bad for socks, I determined for myself. It's too stiff and big, and I need something like soft and stretchy for my own like hand pain problems. But it worked out really well for a Musselburgh hat. I used 4 millimeter needles, again magic loop with my red lace interchangeables. I used the entire skein except for maybe like a gram. Like I was playing yarn chicken to the extreme. I gotten from all the way up through the body of the hat, and then I was looking at the crown, and I was like looking at this tiny ball of yarn that I needed to make the entire crown with, and I was like, oh, so I was doing like rapid decreases near the end to make sure that I had enough, and I did. Thank goodness. I'll put a picture of what it looks like on me. It is not foldable. It is too short to be like folded, which is fine. It's just like kind of like a little skull cap type situation. And I gifted this to one of my friends for her birthday. Her birthday was in August. So she's gotten that and she really likes it. But yeah, that was, the yarn was the vegan yarn Pleiades Eco Sock base. And I used the entire 100 grams. And that was like a multicolor, like test dye batch. So I don't think you can get that color again, but it was really beautiful. That yarn is 40% tencel, 40% cotton, and 20% like other elastic fiber. So it's very stretchy, very nice. Loved it. Excuse me. I'm used to talking so much. So that was the speckle hat. And then on August 12th, so the day after I finished my Musselburgh hat, I decided I wanted to make a little scarf. I got this as a free pattern in my email from the yarn store that I go to. On Fridays, they have free pattern Fridays, where they just like send out a free pattern that you might not know about. And this is what I made. This is going to be a gift for my Nona for Christmas, my grandmother. And it is called An Italian Summer Scarf by an Italian Knitter. And this was also scrapped, like stash, I guess it was technically stash. This is Hobbii Black Friday Cotton, like the 8x8, 8-8, whatever that cotton is called, that my mom had gotten for a project several years ago, and I just have a bucket of it. So I used it in this, and I think it turned out super well. This color is really beautiful. It's like a midnight blue, and this is a very easy pattern to memorize. It didn't take that long. I started it the 12th and finished it the 21st of August, but I felt those hours. I really did. Sometimes it was like, I don't like going back and forth. I like round projects, and I don't like going back and forth flat. You will hear more of this rant later. But yes, this is a free pattern that I really, really liked. It was very easy, and it made a lot of sense. I used a US 8 on my ChowGoo interchangeable needles, and I used like a long cable for it. I didn't really need to, but I did. Finishing measurements are 58 inches long. It's like super long. And then the widest point of it, which is in the middle, is 10 inches. So you start like casting on like 8 or whatever stitches, and then every so often you're doing increases and doing these little eyelets to add some interest. And then you keep going until you're like halfway to where you want to be, and then you start doing your decreases back down to those like 8 stitches. I love it. I think it's so cute. I hope Nona likes it. She's never actually gotten a handmade product from me, so we'll see how she takes it. Hopefully she likes it. But I'll update you in December. Maybe I'll do a little video about how all of my many Christmas presents that I've made went. Yeah, I think that was all for that one. The next thing I made was kind of a like one-off, one evening on the 21st of August. Just a little cute little thing that I did. So my husband and I, every Saturday, we go to our local coffee shop and we play cards. And it's a very cute little ritual that we have whenever we go anywhere, like on vacation. We always bring our cards, and that's just like how we're spending a lot of our day, playing like rummy. And we have this nice set of like plastic cards. They're not papery, they're like, I don't know if you can tell, they're plastic, so they're very slippery. And I really like them, and they're so old at this point that the cardboard box they were in has whittled away to nothing. So I was commissioned by my husband to make a little card holder. Isn't it so cute? So I did not follow a pattern for this. I did look at some pictures of like tarot card holders just to see like what people are doing for card holders usually. But I did half doubles like starting here, and I did half doubles for like as long as I wanted it, and then I started doing maybe I started here. I'm trying to think of how I started it. Maybe I started with like a magic circle right here and then like did the stitches going out this way, and then I joined and just did the half doubles all the way down. And then I went around the top with half doubles to like clean it up a bit. But that ended up looking really nice. I don't have a button or anything for it. I just have a little safety pin that goes through this little hole. So if you want to put it back on, you just kind of like thread it through the safety pin, and that holds everything together. Yeah, and this has been in my purse and it does not come apart. The cards have been safe. And yeah, so I think this is cute. This is a nice little application of like using up some random, I think it's a DK. This is Bamboo Pop in, do I even have the color? Let me look at my Ravelry page. Oh, this is called Earth Science. And I used about 10 grams of this DK weight. And it's super cute. I love it. It's so cute. But yeah, just a little freehand thing. And then I seamed up the sides just like by hand. Maybe no, it looks like I crocheted over it to do the little seams. But yeah, just a little fun little afternoon project that didn't take me long at all. My next finished object, this one is so fun. I love this one. So I again dyed my own yarn and I made a stocking. This is for my baby niece. She is not born yet, which is why there's no name on here. My baby niece is due in November. And my mother-in-law usually did the stockings. Like she got the stockings from someone she knew for all of the new additions to the family. Like when I joined the family, and then when my baby niece was born, she was in charge of like getting a stocking for them for Christmas. And since she is no longer with us, I volunteered to make a stocking for my new baby niece, who will be here by Christmas this year. I really didn't know how to make a stocking, so I was like loosely following a few like tutorials online, and I didn't like them, so I just ended up doing a really big vanilla sock. This is worsted weight. This is like Walmart cotton. I didn't want to do anything too expensive because I know that this is going to be given to a baby. And I didn't want to do something itchy on me, so it is cotton instead of acrylic. Like all of the other stockings that they have are all made out of acrylic. So the color might not be as vibrant. Like the color on cotton doesn't always pick up as nice, but I think it looks really, really good. I bought 3 skeins of white worsted weight cotton from Walmart. I believe it's their Mainstays 100% cotton brand. And I also bought Rit dye in red. And I Rit dyed the cotton to get this really beautiful bright red color. It is fantastic. I think it looks so nice. And all of the stockings look different. They all kind of have a different design. So none of them had a contrast heel and toe. So my husband said it might be cute for the baby's stocking to look different and have a contrast heel and contrast toe. I did follow the measurements. I didn't go by like row count or round count or anything. I just went by measurements that my sister-in-law sent me of my first niece's stocking. So this is 17 inches from here to here, or here to here, and then 13 inches from here to here. Like I think 1.5, maybe 2 inches for the cuff, and then like 4 or 5 inches for the foot after the heel. So that they're going to be roughly the same size, and I'm going to, when she is named, she doesn't have a name yet, but when she is named, born and named, I will double knit her name right here in, I think, white. So I think that's going to be super nice. I ended up using 107 grams of that white yarn, dyed or otherwise. And so I have almost 2 full skeins of just white worsted weight yarn left over. So if anybody needs another stocking in the family, I guess I have that available, ready to go. Maybe my baby will be next. I'll save it. I'll save it for my new baby. Not that I'm pregnant right now, but like, it's coming. Okay, so that was super cute. We have 2 more finished objects. I know. It's been busy. I've been making. I know. Hang in there. Okay. My husband and I went on our anniversary trip. It's our 2-year wedding anniversary, a 4 years together anniversary. We went to the mountains, and I had brought some project that had already started, and I just did not feel like making it. I wanted to make something kind of like potato chippy, I guess, is how some people would describe it. Something I can like finish quickly, and it's something fun. So I grabbed some brown yarn. This is leftover from my campsite waffle cardigan. I had maybe 2 skeins left. So I grabbed those, put those in my bag, and started on a hat. And this is just a little ribbed hat that I made for, I think I'm gonna give this to one of my nephews, my husband's sister's kids, for Christmas. They always just get cash from us. So it's like, get cash in a hat. So they're like teenager age now, so I didn't want to make them anything that was gonna be too flashy, but something just like basic and warm. And I doubled up the yarn. So this is the original skein is just Lion brand Pima cotton, and that's a worsted weight in the color Spice, and I doubled it up, so held it together, I guess, to make like a bulky or chunky weight. I'd say probably bulky, maybe. It's not like super chunky. I used US 11s, magic loop with like maybe 24-inch cord, something. I just like put 2 of my cords together to make it long enough for me to be able to like pull it out and put it back in. I don't need a super long cord, honestly. As long as I have enough to just like maneuver it, then I'm good to go. Yeah, so I finished this. I started this on August 25th and I finished it on the 28th. And this is what it looks like unfolded. So it's just a big tube, and then you do some decreases and then pull that together. I love it. Oh, and the pattern that I used is actually a video tutorial, a free video tutorial by PassioKnit Kelsie. I really like her tutorials. They're very comprehensive and they make a lot of sense. So, and they're not too complicated, especially when I just want something like fast that I don't really have to think about. It's just like a 1x1 ribbing tube that you're making. Super simple, super easy, and it's super soft. I love this. I might make one for me because I really like these. Yeah, so that is just a little cute little project that I did while I was on vacation in the mountains. I think we're down to our last thing. So while we were coming back from the mountains, we stopped in at a yarn store in one of the little towns that we were passing through, and I had seen a skein of Noro yarn and was like, wow, that is stunningly beautiful. I love it. And my husband was like, oh yeah, that's really pretty or whatever. Like, I didn't really look at it too deeply. And then I come outside and he had bought it for me when I wasn't looking. So he got me 2 skeins of Noro Natsumeki. Natsumeki. I'm so sorry. I do not speak Japanese. I don't know how to pronounce it, but it's like a cotton blend. I would not buy this for myself, I don't think, because it does have a lot of silk in it. And I don't love using silk, not only because I don't like how it feels necessarily, but also because we used to keep silkworms when I was a child, so I kind of have like a soft spot for them. So I don't like using silk. But because I already had it, because my husband had bought it, and it was on super sale, I think it was originally like $50, and he got it on sale for $20, you can't return it. So I was like, well, looks like I'm using this. And I really love the color. I'll show you in just a second, but it is self-striping. And I was like, I could like make a little shirt or something. It's kind of scratchy almost, like it is not soft at all. So I didn't want to put something that was going to be like touching your face or your head or your like anything close to you. So what I ended up doing was starting like, I pulled out my crochet hook and just like did a little magic loop and then just started making a little triangle and literally just kept going until I ran out of yarn. And this is what we have. Look how stunningly beautiful this little wrap is. I really cannot get over how beautiful these colors are. Every one of these stripes is like so unique and saturated and interesting. I would definitely not use this for like a garment or something that you're going to be able to see the stitches very well. I wouldn't even necessarily use this for knitting. I know that it's like for knitting, but like because, I don't know if you can see here, but like the fibers just are so inconsistent. Like look how like this little fat patch right here and these like super skinny pieces. The fiber is just like not consistent, which I think for Noro is kind of standard. Like they just pick whatever fibers they got and like embrace the natural variation in them, which I do like for something like this where it's like part of the pattern. But if I needed to do something where like it might bother me that like this is really thick and then these are like really skinny right next to it. So that was good to know. But yeah, I think this is super fun to make. The colors are gorgeous. We have these like blues and dark browns and this like really, really bright blue. And then all of these are like speckled or variegated in some way. And I just think it turned out really gorgeous. So I'm gonna give it to my mom for Christmas because she deserves it. It is kind of like a slightly awkward length where it's like you can wear it over your shoulders like this, but you need like a little clip or something. Like you could tie it, but like I don't know if it'll stay. So you could do something like this where it's like tied in the front and just wear it on your shoulders. Or if she wanted to, she could like pull one of these. If like her neck gets cold. So it's like slightly too short for like a normal scarf, but I used every drop of it. Like I literally could not have done more with it. So I just kept going with like making a triangle. Like this is all granny stitch, so just did like a granny stitch triangle. Started down here. I think I had looked at some videos on like bandanas, like granny stitch bandanas, and I just kept going. I didn't use one specific tutorial though, and I just kept going and going and going all the way down until I didn't have enough to do one of these. Instead, I went across the top. So like this rough edge here, I just went across the top and did single crochets across here, and then that is done. That is what I have. And that was a fun little make. I started that on August 28th and I finished it on September 4th. And I hope my mom loves it. Put this in my little stack over here. So that is all of my finished objects. That was a lot of finished objects. I have never in my life had so many little projects that I finished in like 2 months. I am very impressed with myself. I've just been making. My hands have been moving. But since then, I have started school back, so that always complicates things. And we're going into the fall and winter, so that is gift giving season. So I will be doing more gifts. I've been doing gifts this whole year, but the works in progress that I have now are both Christmas gifts. So I'll go ahead and show you those. I'll start with the one that I had worked on slightly more recently. Do I know when I started these? No, I don't. I don't know. It was before my trip, so like before the 20th sometime. And these are a pair of vanilla socks on bamboo pop in the red color. I don't know what the red color is called. It's red. You'll see it. It's red. These are for my brother. I got him for Secret Santa this year, and he had asked me to make him a pair of red socks, and I was like, absolutely, I could do that. No problem. I did 25 rounds for the cuff 2x2 ribbing, 70 rounds for the leg, and then same thing I was doing before, the heel flap and gusset, all one color. I'm just keeping it all one color for this one. And then I have to go to a size men's 11. So I hope I have enough yarn. Oh my God. It's gonna be so big. It's gonna be massive, massive, massive. Like this is a lot. But I'm actually very impressed with how well I've been doing on this. All of this I did in like 1 2.5 hour long movie the other day when I was in the movie theater. Yeah, I love it. So cute. And I have it sitting on my little spindle. I actually did it on the treadmill yesterday. And I love it. This is what I got from my husband. And it's by Deerwood Lane, if you want this. It's so beautiful. It's got the pink magnolias. So pretty. So that's what I have going on the go. This is sitting in my purse. I do it at work. Do it when I'm waiting on things. Sitting around. Any spare moments I can get. Treadmill, walking. Whenever I can get a few moments. That's what I'm working on. Just going around and around. Enjoying that project. Enjoying slightly less this other very large project that I signed myself up for. And I don't know why I did this to myself. I told y'all last time when I made the sweater for me that I don't want to make any more sweaters because I don't like making sweaters. I also said this in February when I finished my husband's sweater. I said, I don't want to make any more sweaters. I don't like sweaters. And what am I making? This is kind of a modification slash self-draft slash kind of making it up as we're going along sweater. I got my grandmother-in-law, my husband's grandmother, for Secret Santa, and she is notoriously terrible to get for Christmas because she doesn't like anything and already has everything that she needs. And I figured that if I made her something that based on like her current fashion and style that I knew she would like, this actually might be a successful gift giving experience. Unfortunately, the only thing that she enjoys is long cardigans. So I'm making another long cardigan after just finishing my campsite cardigan that took me forever and made me question my life skills. Like, I am this far into it. Oh, and look how beautiful it looks. Oh, so here's the back panel. It's gonna be very large back panel. but it'll be nice and roomy for her. And I'm basing this off of measurements from the campsite cardigan, but I'm not doing that waffle stitch in here. I'm just doing stockinette. I cannot do the waffle stitch again, probably for a long time. It was just, it's too much brain power. Like, I can think binary, purl, or knit and like be okay, but the 4-round repeat or 4-row repeat, it's just not it right now. It's just not it right now. So I am doing it, basically just doing the campsite waffle cardigan that I already have the pattern for, but not doing the waffle stitch, and also doing all the same modifications that I had done for my campsite waffle cardigan. So like based on the 2 of Wands campsite waffle cardigan, but not, if you know what I mean. So here's the back panel. I have to do this forever. So just imagine this, but it was super long and huge, like little blanket level. And I'm doing it in Hobbii. I've got some Hobbii cotton. And guess what? It's variegated. Is variegated tonal? What is the, it goes from pink to black. It is a gradient. Gradient from pink to dark pink to purple to black. I think it is gorgeous. I love this color. I think it's so pretty. Let me pull out one that I have the tag for. Hold up. I bought 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 skeins of the Dahlia 100% cotton from Hobbii, and this is in, I don't know if they do colors. Color 06. It's the pink to black color. And I'm doubling it up and holding it together to make it, I think this is originally like a sport weight, I want to say, and I'm coming out with like a DK-ish gauge. I'm using US 8 5mm needles on my ChiaoGoo red lace interchangeables with like this long cord. And something about this yarn. So this is unspun yarn. So it is just a bunch of strings held together by hopes and dreams. And I'm doubling it up. So it's like 8 strings. And I gotta say, it's annoying to work with. It splits all the time. It's so easy to split it because it's literally just a whole bunch of threads sticking together. But when you look at the stitches, it's really beautiful because they're not spun together. They kind of like puff out and fill the space. Really gorgeous. So I am very pleased with how it's turning out. You can even see like places where I like lost one of the loops. I actually don't know how I'm gonna fix all that. I'll probably just go with like a tiny crochet hook and like pull them in and out to like weave them in. But this is what I have so far. I've done the ribbing for like 16 rows, and now I'm just gonna do the stockinette back panel for however long I need to. I think I'm doing the extra large size in this one, just so she's got plenty of room. And hopefully I can do some math, because hear me out. This is a gradient, right? And this is the widest part. The front 2 panels are gonna be half as long, like half as much yarn. So it'll change color more slowly. So like this, I might get like to here and then it'll turn pink, or turn dark pink. But on the front panels, because it's just 2 right here, it's gonna take them twice as long because they're half as wide. So I'm gonna have to do some like 3D thinking and like pull the yarn to match it, like as it's turning here, like pull the yarn for the side panels to make sure that they're changing colors at the same time. And I don't know what I'm gonna do with the yarn that I'm holding. I don't know what I'm doing yet, but I do want the panels to all match. So pray for me. I have till Christmas. I've got all of September, all of October, all of November, and almost all of December. So if I can't do it in 3.5 months, I will bake her a cake. But those are, yeah, that's my big project. So I imagine I'm just gonna be doing this. So all of those, like all the projects that I just did are going away for a few months, and I will just be doing this. I will just be making a sweater again. And the thought of glory of finally being able to be the person who can gift something to Granny Annie. That will be the thing keeping me going. I will also show you, they're not really work in progress because they're like just something that I'm now using to hold all of my like tiny scraps. So instead of like rolling them up and putting them in like a bag or something when I have like this much of a color left, I've started, let me see if I can grab them, putting them into little shawls using the same pattern that I did for little like just big triangle pattern, using my scraps. So if you recognize these colors, you absolutely do. This is the Tundra color in the bamboo pop that I had for the heels and toes of this sock. And then this is the blue that I used for the foot. And then I have like a tiny little bit of that green left from my my one pair of socks. And then I had however much this is left of the tea color. And then for my Musselburgh that I finished, I was able to get like half of a triangle side, or one whole triangle side worth of that. And I'm just gonna keep going with this. I don't know if I'm ever gonna be done with it. I was thinking like maybe I could just keep going until it's like shawl sized and then give it to somebody who likes kind of scrappier looking stuff. Maybe, I don't know. Or maybe I'll just wait till it's bandana sized and then wear it myself as like a cute little bandana. We'll see. I'm just gonna keep going with it with all of my fingering weight scraps. I also have the same thing, but for my DK weight scraps. And this is the tiny bit that was remaining from my my Noro little shawl thing that I made. So I just worked that up in a little triangle until I ran out. So I have those going. I keep the little hook in them for future reference for me. The little one is a 3.5 millimeter, and then the DK weight is a 4.0 millimeter. I think it looks so cute. This one is extremely soft with all the bamboo pop sock in there. Very, very soft. Love it. So that's just kind of what I'm doing with the leftovers. So they're not going to waste. They're going somewhere cute, making a little scrappy moment. And I'm just leaving them in my little basket that I keep next to the couch. So as I run out of things, I could just stick them in here. Probably will add in the Hobbii Dahlia once I get down to like the very, very bottom of a color. If I can't use it in something else, just go ahead and add that in. But yeah, just like life-wise, I'm back at school. It is finally cooling down here. I think it was up to 85 again today, but it had been in the 70s last week. Yeah, Christmas and holidays are coming up, so everything goes very quickly now until the end of the year. So if I don't see you again for a few months, it is because I am just working on this thing and I got nothing else to show you. So I hope that you have a lovely fall. Wishing you the best. Yeah, let me know if you have any questions, if I can clarify anything. I'll try to put as much detail as I can in the description. I'm also on Ravelry at Haleyraz. Hit me up there. Yeah, I hope y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye.